How's it going, guys? It's TacTixHD here, bringing you the first episode of my NHL 13 GM mode Building a Dynasty series. So for those of you that don't know, I basically do a GM mode playthrough, simulate all the games, and in the last episode of my NHL 12 Building a Dynasty series, I asked which team you wanted me to use. Top 2 rated columns were the Vancouver Canucks, so that's who I'm using. As well, guys, if you didn't notice, I have the GM skill level on hard, and I don't play any of the games, so I don't play any of the games unless it's Stanley Cup final. I'll play the third period, that way I can watch my team win the cup. As you guys can see right here, I was just adding the lines at the start of the season. And right here I picked up Patrick O'Sullivan, 76 overall, 4th line left wing. Is better than my 4th line left wing right now, and he only cost me like $750,000. Right here, Wade Redden was going to waivers, $6.5 million contract, 76 overall. I just thought that was kind of funny. It just shows you how silly some of the contracts are that are still out there. And right here I picked up Kyle Komeski, 74 overall, defenseman. He's probably just going to be a player that plays in the AHL, but if someone gets injured, I'll fill him in. And then right here I made a big trade for Martin St. Louis. For whatever reason, Tampa Bay didn't want him anymore, and I wanted him. And I traded Chris Higgins, Darren Archibald, 2nd round pick in next year's draft, and a 3rd round pick in this year's draft. The way it works now, guys, is the other team will have 2 colors on their players, white and red. Red means they want to trade them. White means they don't. So if you're trading for a player that's white, then it's a lot harder to get to convince the team to get them. And then your team will have white and green players. Green players means the other team wants them. White means they don't. So usually trading green for red's the easiest way. As well, guys, as you can see right there, I picked up Tim Erickson, really good prospect defenseman, 74 overall. And as you guys can see, I finished 2nd in the NHL, so pretty good. Played Calgary Flames in the first round of the playoffs. We were actually down 2-1 at the start. They won another one, so we were down 3-1. Had to win the next game, and we were able to win it, so it makes it 3-2. And then we were actually away at Calgary, and unfortunately, we lost that game. So we lost the first round of the playoffs, 4-2. Luckily, though, our AHL team played Calgary's AHL team. Matter of fact, the Abbotsford Heat. We were able to win that series. So the second series, I believe, we played the Grand Rapids Griffins. As well, guys, I forgot to mention, in the All-Star game, the only player from my team that made it was Derek Jocelyn, so obviously my Stars didn't have a very good year, or they just didn't have as good a year as the other guys. So basically, guys, what I do is if my NHL team doesn't continue in the playoffs, my AHL team does, I take my best 2-way contract players, send them down the AHL, try to help out my AHL team. So in the second round of the playoffs, like I said, I played the Grand Rapids Griffins, and I was actually able to beat them in 5 games. I think we won the first, lost the second, and won the next 3. And then the third round of the playoffs, I was playing the Houston Aeros, I believe the team's names. And we actually won the first 2, lost the next 2, lost the next 3, actually. We actually lost the first, won the next 2, and then lost the next 3. So we lost that one 4-2. So not too bad for the first year. You really can't complain. Right here's the retired players, Mario Turco, J.S. Jaguar. Right here the centers, Brendan Morrison, John Madden. Timu Solani, Brian Rolston, Todd Bertuzzi, Michael Samuelson. Left wings, Andrew Burnett, Ryan Whitney, Thomas Holmstrom, Ryan Smith, Jason Blake. For defensemen, Yaroslav Spacek, Hal Gill, Bryce Salvador, whole bunch of guys. So as you guys can see, right here, we're now at the NHL draft, and I had the 22nd pick, I believe, in the first round. So I was just kind of looking at it. As you guys can see, it's a new setup. The potential now has stars as opposed to overall, as well as it has objected still and the league interest. But the potential, it actually didn't say before, it would be like red, green, and yellow. Green's most likely. Orange means it might be their potential. Red means they really don't know. And it would be like, I think it would be a rating out of 10. Now they just have the potential out of 5 stars. So my first round pick was defenseman. 3.5 star potential. Pretty good, actually. As you guys can see right there with his overall. He was pretty prospected to go first or second round. So I think that was a pretty good pick. Right here, Brendan Gaunce. He was 58 overall last year. He had 4.5 star potential. So in 1 year, he went from 58 overall to 77 overall. So he gained 19 points. So it seems like they really changed it so your rookies develop a lot quicker if they're good. Before, like a 58 overall guy would never gotten to 77 overall in 1 year in NHL 12. But as you guys can see, that's changed. But like the older guys, the veterans, really don't change in overall. As you can see, the Sedins, everyone's pretty much the same overall. Right here, I was trying to sign Burrows, but because I have St. Louis, it's a lot harder to sign Burrows. And unfortunately, I actually didn't have the salary cap space to sign Burrows, so I had to go out and either make a trade or sign a new player. Luckily, I was able to sign everyone else except for Maxim Lapierre. I had to let him go, but because Brendan Gaunce stepped up, 77 overall, he'll take over the 3rd line center role, and Manny Malhotra will stay as the 4th line center. So pretty much all we're looking for right now, once I'm done re-signing all my players, is a player to replace Burrows. As well, the guys, even though I need a player to replace Burrows, I seen that I still really didn't have much cap room, so I decided to trade Jason Garrison. Only 81 overall, and he cost me just under $5 million for a 2nd round pick to Anaheim, which I can use for trade bait. And then I decided to replace Burrows by trading Patrick O'Sullivan, Pulasic, a prospect defenseman, Nick Jensen, a really good prospect, 7th round pick in next year's draft, and a 2nd round pick in 2 years from now draft. For Michael Frolik, who will be my second line right wing, which is where Burrows would be playing behind Martin St. Louis. I then signed Colin Green, fourth line left wing, to replace Patrick O'Sullivan, who I traded away. And then I signed Anthony Stewart, just a AHL/NHL guy. He'll just fill in if anyone gets hurt. As well, guys, I signed Rob Schremp. I forgot to show that. So right here's my NHL lines. As you can see, they're looking pretty good, I think. Right here's the defense, pretty similar. Basically, Erickson just replaced Garrison. Goalies are still the same. I really don't know what I want to do with Luongo and Schneider yet. I'd seen what teams were interested in Luongo. Not very many. A lot of teams are interested in Schneider, sorry. So I might make a move and trade Schneider if I can get a decent backup back, as well as a good player. So I'm still 4.5, 4.5, 4.5 stats all around. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Besides that, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.